much trouble parking, and I just thanks for seeing me.
Sure, no worries. We'll have a little bit less time, but I'm sure we can take care of it.
Okay.
Come on in here and have a seat up on the table here.
Okay.
So you're a brand new patient?
Yeah.
Great. Welcome to the practice. Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
You know, my head feels like it's exploding, and I have all this pressure on the right side of my face, and I've been having, I think, a fever, and my kids have been sick over the last couple of weeks, but they've been feeling better. My wife had this, I think, a few months ago, and she got a Z-Pak antibiotic for it, and I usually have been good about eating healthy and avoiding people who are feeling sick, and I just think I've been doing a good job. I haven't usually been getting sick like this, so it's really distressing to have it just be happening to me right now.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Have you had a fever?
I think that I was running a fever a few days ago.
And when did all this start?
About 3 days ago, I had a sore throat and had to leave work.
Okay, so you felt totally fine until 3 days ago, and then the first thing you noticed was a sore throat?
Yeah.
Okay, any other symptoms?
Well, I have all this pressure on the right side of my face, and I've been really stuffed up, and just been feeling low energy. And
any ear pain?
Yeah, my right ear is painful.
Okay.
So, I mean, my wife got this Z-Pak prescription. I was wondering if I could be prescribed that. That was primarily why I wanted to come in today.
Sure, well, let's finish taking a look and getting some of your history, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
A couple more things to look at. Any cough or shortness of breath?
I've been coughing.
Good, great. One last question, are you allergic to any medications?
No.
Okay, so good news is everything looks great. I know you feel really bad, and what you've got is just a really bad head cold with a lot of congestion. Really common, we're seeing a lot of it right now. There's a bunch you can do to help yourself feel better. You don't need antibiotics in reference to your question earlier. It's because you're going to get better on your own.
But if I came in here to get an antibiotic, like, what's the point of me being here if I don't get a prescription?
Well, no, it's great you came in, because then we can actually do an exam and listen to see if there's anything there that does warrant an antibiotic or might respond to an antibiotic. All of these are really start out viral, and most of them stay that way, about 98%, and will totally get better on their own. There's a couple things you can do to really help yourself feel better. Probably the best thing is getting as much rest as you can, so if you can stay home from work, just really have some downtime. Second is saline rinses, nasal rinses, which some people love, some people hate. They do provide a lot of benefit, and have you ever heard of them?
I've heard of them, I've never used them.
Right, so you can go to Walgreens, you get a little kit if you want. There's a couple different ways you can do it. Fill up the bottle, there's all the instructions on it. It's basically rinsing out your nasal passages to help your own body kind of mobilize all that stuff and drain it.
And that's better than the antibiotic?
Yeah, pretty clear data to show that it actually is better.
Why is that the case?
Well, for the most part, these are all caused by viruses, and an antibiotic won't help with a virus at all, won't touch it. An antibiotic may be helpful in some bacterial infections, but we can't tell until about day 8 or 9 of your symptoms whether you're kind of headed in that direction. So I know it sounds like a long time.
So I have to get worse for me to be able to have an antibiotic?
More or less, that's the recommendation, yeah. Just not because we want to keep it away from you, but because it's not going to help, and it could make you feel worse, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not, we're not big gatekeepers. We're not just not giving it to you for the sake of not giving it to you. We're not giving it to you because in our medical opinion, there's not a lot of benefit to doing it.
Okay.
So here's a plan. What I would recommend is some of the over-counter stuff we talked about, the saline rinses. If you want to try some Sudafed or one of the nasal decongestants, Mucinex can help sometime.
If it helps, sure.
For some people it does, for others it doesn't. You just got to play around with it a little bit. But a lot of rest. We have a medical team that's on basically from 7 in the morning till 6 at night. You can call if your symptoms get worse. I'll put in my note that you came in today and that we'll consider Plan B. If day 8 or 9 you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Generally what we expect is you're probably going to feel like this for the next few days, and then gradually you'll get better. What I'm seeing is it can take up to 3 weeks sometimes before you're really in the clear. Not to say you're getting worse, we don't expect that, but about 3 weeks.
Now, could I still get the prescription and not use it, or I mean, just so I have it if it does? I mean,
Yeah,
how
I
long
can
will it
definitely
take?
do that. I can definitely do that. You can
Alright.
go ahead and fax that off to your pharmacy if you want.
Yeah.
Again, I think there's very little benefit at this point, and my preference would be that you give a call and have a talk to someone on our team to decide whether it's right,
Right.
rather than feeling like you have to make that decision on your own. But if you feel more comfortable with walking out the door with a prescription, that's fine with me. I
Thanks.
really don't think that it's going to make you feel better at
Okay.
this point. Okay?
Alright. Okay.
So I think we're out of time, but do you have any other questions?
I can't think of any at the moment, but if I had them, I email you.
Yep.
Or
Here you go. Here's my card. It has my email. It has a number to call if you want to talk to the team. What pharmacy did you want to have it sent to?
Walgreens is across the street from my house on Mission and 30th.
Mission and 30th. Okay. So I'll go ahead and put a prescription for azithromycin there. And like I said, just
How
keep it there.
quickly do you get back to the emails?
Emails take about 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours they can. If you have a really urgent need, email's not the best choice. It's
Phone
probably
call.
better to call and ask to talk to someone on the medical team.
Before 6 p.m.
Up until 6 p.m., yeah. In the morning until 6 p.m. Okay?
Alright.
All right. Come on out. I'll walk you up to the... I'm glad we could get you in, and
Yeah,
this is
thanks.
sort of a quicker visit than we normally do, so when you have a chance, go ahead and make an appointment for our regular visit, more
Okay.
comprehensive
Been a
visit.
little bit longer.
Oh, yeah, yeah.